Good morning and welcome back to Live at Urban Wild. Today should be Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. It's a very special edition of Urban Wild, especially since, although it is live, it is pre-recorded because I currently do not have any internet connection. Also, it's been storming non-stop, including raining on and off, and I just took this rare opportunity in the break of the weather to come out to put the food. Because of that, I started off with only putting the food on the side. There's Limpy. Only put the food along the side, along the periphery, so it doesn't just depend on the containers that I have that I can't always collect in time or that they get messed up. So the food has all been distributed around the walls. So it's a little bit confusing for the cats who aren't used to this dynamics. But as you can see, all of the positions on the wall are being taken advantage of on top, and all the little holes. And in the holes I put them there to protect against rain. I see that kitten is waiting. That one-eyed kitten that just jumped off the wall is waiting. It'll get its turn. The other piles that have been scattered and spread along the wall, I'll make sure that one gets food if it doesn't find it elsewhere. The common plates, as I call it, and the space that I put in the middle, I did not put today because of the weather. Doesn't really lend itself, doesn't allow for itself. Shows the cats found very quickly and easily all the spots where I put out the food. Of course, that's the kitten with one eye that was gushing. It is doing better now thanks to one of our volunteers that applies antibiotic cream. Of course, there's some cat yoga going on in the corner. And the cats have found a tiny little black kitten there, which I haven't seen before. Boker Tov. This tiny black kitten we haven't seen before. And these ones here. So they definitely have found the food. It's not a question of whether they know where the food is. And of course, there's the bucket, which keeps it dry and clean. Whichever cats don't find elsewhere, they're finding the food here. Been interesting to see which ones come and which ones go. There's that lighter colored cat that we saw yesterday. There was more featured in the video. This, I think, the one that likes my ankles, wants to be by my feet but doesn't want to be touched. Then there's up here the ones that are eating, and interesting what they are and what they aren't eating, because that bucket there is not being touched. I'm going to put it on the ground and see whether I can take care of the demand over here. This cat seems to like the bucket, as long as I back off. It is starting to rain again, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay out here, especially since I've already redistributed the food in the first delivery. Here's the one that likes my ankles. Hopefully won't get hurt. Seeing the hierarchy, the pecking order, as you can see from just a few moments ago, they aren't all the same cats. There's already a shift. A few have come and a few have gone. The noise of the local humans doing their thing disrupts the feeding here often. They get skittish by the noise. It sounds threatening. So today will be a short video relatively, because being that this isn't broadcast live, no one can chime in. And the fact that this is pre-recorded and I don't have internet access, I don't know when I'm going to upload this, so it might have different relevance. What you hear is somebody taking a large garbage bin to the garbage not far from us on a wheel, so it's rattling the bottles and other glass in the box. But yes, that noise disrupts the cats. In the meantime, this kitten that likes my feet, it is back. It's been licking and rubbing against my feet and my toes. Still here, it doesn't like to be pet. There's Limpy. They're all kind of confused because today is a very unusual day. Cats do we know, cats we don't know, cats we recognize, cats we recognize less. Hey buddy, what are you doing on my foot? It's amazing how much this cat on my leg wants my attention, but doesn't want me to. What's it doing? So weird. Don't want to scare it because I don't want it to get a sudden reaction to my foot and scratch. Gonna see what the cats are doing. So here, the ones from the bucket are managing well to share however they share and take their turn. That is a relatively newcomer, that kitten. The black cat in the bucket is relatively new. This cat is relatively new, and I say new meaning that they haven't yet come for physical attention. There's a kitten that we are familiar with, a third generation to Madame Chi. There's Stumpy hiding underneath there trying to figure out what's going on. This one that was fuzzy. It likes some attention, but not too much. And they're all really scurrying and scampering to get whatever they can before the weather comes down hard again, because they know it. There is Stumpy, hopefully he'll get his part. There is Dingo. Just mentioning some cats that people who follow this might be familiar with. There is Fuzzy on the wall with a new black kitten. All black kitten. They're eating from the pile that I put out there, sharing cautiously. It's a gentleman that we say hello to every day. He's working, always working on something just next to here. Makes a lot of noise, but at least he's friendly with what we're doing. I only say that he makes a lot of noise because it does disrupt the cats sometimes. Most amazing thing is the ones that follow me just because it's me, aside from the ones that are looking for food. So that one noticed that I was watching and left. Here's the one that wants my feet and my ankles. There's Dingo. Boker Tov. This is the one that was eating on the other side by the fence, by the wall. We call him Fuzzy. There's a kitten and the shaggy one that is usually friendly. Now they notice that I'm here. All of a sudden it makes a difference to him. Hey little buddy. And on the wall we have what's left, both as far as the kittens and as far as the food goes. There's still some piles for those who know. Over there there's food. Over there there's food. And here there's food. Standing on some of it. Up here there's food. Over there there's some more food still, although it's running out. And I will replenish soon. There's the spot, the food that's been scattered over here since they ate messily. It's not in a vessel, and there's what's over there. That's the cat that was waiting before, finally got its turn. Happy to say, happy to see. There's FOMO up there still doing its thing. Of course, the cats, they come from a distance. They have their other lives. Like I say repeatedly on these videos, this particular space here is a no man's land, a no cat's land. Nobody and nothing lives here. Native. This park, when I don't do these feedings, is pretty much abandoned and desolate when it comes to the inhabitants, but definitely a common zone for dumping, as we see between food and other junk. Happy to see this cat's picking up what was left over here. The ones over here are cleaning up, and there's a unfinished food pile there. I just show this to demonstrate the effects of the abundance mentality. If the cats were hungry, if they were starving, they would not leave that unaccosted. There would be a pecking order waiting to devour that. But luckily and thankfully, and the blessings of the abundance mentality, see, there's plenty of extra food. Plenty, of course, is a relative term, but I'm just saying there is extra food that goes left behind for the next round, the next round, the next round. There is Dingo. The cat is licking and tickling my toes. This one here. There are the oranges and the orange tree that I focused on yesterday to show the abundance that exists. We're truly blessed. Now we just have to learn how to use this blessing properly. The proper management of resources. So people shouldn't have to go hungry. So that other animals shouldn't have to suffer. Where all lives matter because we have compassion, forgiveness, hope, and trust. Not because one is more important than the other, because we're equal. No one is equal. No two living things are equal, I'm sorry to say. Equal in their right to survive if they were put here on the planet by a creator, if we believe in a creator. Or sentient in the sense that they have suffering. Why cause suffering when it's not necessary to cause suffering? On that humanity level, on that level of humanity where we're supposed to differentiate ourselves between us and the beasts, meaning the savage animals, supposed to find forgiveness, compassion, hope, and trust. We have that ability to do that. We have the ability to override our animal instincts and to be better than that. Not to override our animal instincts in order to create bad choices and give people the freedoms to pick between bad and worse choices. We have enough intelligence to come to a world like we have today where the choices are abundant and endless. And they're all guilt-free choices, or at least relatively guilt-free. Guilt is a very subjective term, and hopefully we'll soon be able to get rid of that term. When all the choices that we have are between good and better, not between bad and worse, then we'll have true free will. And we're really darn freaking close to that. We are darn freaking close to having true free will. It's just arrogance, the pleasure trap and the ego trap, to think that it's a dominance issue, it's an exclusivity issue, that there's not enough to go around of intelligence, there's not enough to go around as far as money, resources, pride, power, control, all those things. When we can get over our pleasure trap and our ego trap, when we realize we can satisfy our pleasure easily with the abundance that we have already, that is being wasted in order to mitigate scarcity, in order to commoditize things that should be available freely, like water. How water became something that most people in the world don't have. It's given away freely to companies that put it into plastic bottles to destroy the planet, and to make them even more powerful. That makes absolutely no sense. The fact that our rainwater isn't even clean to drink anymore, or even if it's just a suspicion that that's true, causes fear and panic in people to know that once you buy bottled water, you can't drink. The world is completely twisted and knotted in confusion. Hey there, little Stumpy. We're trying to just shed some light of clarity, trying to help people heal the scarcity mentality, feel the abundance mentality, so that when it comes to moments like this of confrontation, where urban meets wild, or more than one living thing has to compete for the same resources, we see that maybe there's a better way. Maybe sharing is caring. Maybe the we for me and the me for we, or whatever that saying goes, makes more sense, because all of a sudden you create things. It's like making love. It's not about sex, it's not about dominance, it's not about control, but creating new space to share. Creating new space to share each other's experiences and realities. It's about creating a world of peace, building a world of peace and love through infinite love and gratitude, through accepting that it's not exclusive, that everyone has their way of doing things, and that's okay. And that's actually not just okay, it's what makes life interesting and worth living. It gives us experiences to share. If we're all sharing the same old boring thing all the time, repetitively, out of a cookie cutter, it would be not interesting for anyone. Give anyone the absolute best thing too many times and they won't enjoy it anymore. So variety and mystery It is important to build anticipation and to build desire. But it can also be done through the abundance mentality, through the creativity of what everyone has to offer in their individuality. Stop attacking my foot. That guy is so skittish. Anyhow, I'm talking too much. I'm trying to let the cats finish eating so I can redistribute the food. Most of the stress and tension is gone. Shouldn't have said that so soon. I said most, not all. Guess there's still room for some more abundance. This is one of my favorite cats, the one that's coming now. Favorite, I love them all. This particular one, just the most interesting to me. Comes at the end, doesn't seem to really need or want anything or anybody. Just checks it out, comes for some attention, and then leaves. Very regal looking cat. Kitten. I have one standing on my foot now that I'm afraid if I move it'll scratch my leg. That's Stumpy. The dynamics here are quite incredible. Every single day seeing more and more incredible expressions and manifestations with these cats, and of course with life in general around the cats, because these cats are just, I don't want to say a small part, because they're not small at all, just a component to this community, to this society, to this experience that we're having here. Hey buddy, stop attacking my leg. I know that you like me, and I like you too, but I don't want you attacking my leg. To hold them back, to be able to move safely. The rain is coming back down again. I don't want it to ruin the camera or to affect the feed. We'll be wrapping this up shortly. Just want to show where we're at here. This is that cat, the more pale orange cat that's coming around more often. Here's a one-eyed kitten that likes my attention, but would probably like food more. So hopefully I'm going to guide it to a place where there's food. I don't know what happened to the one that I saw yesterday that was injured. I didn't see it again since then. I'm hopefully somebody took care of him or her. Hopefully it's okay. Here's a spot, that's the one we call Baby Mama, I think, who's the mother to several kittens. If it's that cat, then she's definitely fattened up lately, which is nice, because she was hungry. Guess having kittens will do that to you. Not that I would know. Coming on 20 minutes soon, 18 minutes. Gonna want to end this feed very soon. Save it and then hopefully upload it soon. I just want to get one last round of where we're at with the feeding. So that cat left this bucket, which allows me to take this bucket and redistribute the food. That's a good thing. Oh no, there's a cat in there. Hello, that's probably Stumpy. Hello, baby. The rain is coming down a little harder, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to wrap this up. These plates are done, so that's good. Hey, Dingo. And there is Limpy. Isn't much for him, but I'm sure he ate before, and I'll bring more food soon. Hey, buddy, all he really wants is attention. I'm sure he ate already. Otherwise, he'd be eating. Hopefully, he'll stay and eat. This one found the leftovers there. Not very hidden. It's amazing how they get along and how they do their thing when they're not fighting over food. Watch out, little buddy. There's so many other areas that are worth exploring, but each one has their own constituency and their own story, and each one has their own needs. There's only so much I can do at a time, and if I spread myself thin, then I won't be able to serve the ones that I serve. Infinite love and gratitude, over and out.